Hello and welcome to my new changed around scrap room. I love it. I'm so happy. Don't mind the crazy hair. It was like snowing like crazy this morning when we went out to the bus stop to drop off the kids, and my hair got completely soaked, and even when it's soaked it won't sit down. So anyways, it is what it is. It's very crazy looking and crispy. Anyhow, I'm going to not obsess over that. I'm just going to go ahead and do this. So I wanted to do an Around the Scrap Room video. These are my videos that are kind of like a quick update on any changes, and so the setup has changed, so that's a big thing. And what I was going to do is do this and then insert a really quick walk around to show you guys the changes. And then of course I started walking around and it ended up being a half-hour long video. So scrap that plan. I'm gonna just do I'll post that as its own Scraproom Tour video, although it's very weird. Like at first I'm doing everything quick because I think it's going to be short, and then I just automatically went into detail mode and it ended up being long. So you're going to see lots of details of that part of my room and a quick skim over of this part of my room. So if you want more details, I'm sure it's coming because everything isn't quite 100% settled yet. So you'll see some more about that soon. In it, I talk about something that I wanted to talk about in this, so maybe I'll talk about it in both. So, yeah, one of the things that I wanted to mention in this video is, let me just switch it over, is that I'm keeping my dies in a different place. And I had a couple comments on this and people wanting me to explain a little bit more what this is all about. So these are magnetic sheets that I glued. I think I used command strips in strategic spots, to just the clear command strips. And I attached it to just directly to my wall. It's not, you know, framed or pretty or anything. You could do, like, you could put a frame up. I think that would be really, really beautiful, like a really fancy, pretty frame. And then instead of a picture inside, put magnetic sheets inside, and then put your dies on that. I think that would be actually really beautiful, but I don't have room for a pretty frame here. So I just use command strips to put it up on my wall, and then I put any of my dies that I think I would want to be able to use just on the fly, meaning with my little tiny die cut machine. So this is my Cuddle Kids die cut machine. It's just a small little one. And since I have put my dies on my wall, I am much more likely to use them. I've been using them, so that's a thing, because I wasn't using them before. So that is great. In my craft room tour video that I'm going to post right before this one, I showed you up close. I'll just show it again just because I know some of you might not watch it. Not everybody's into scrap room tours, and mine tend to be long-winded. So what I did was I made these bottom pieces. So this is kind of like pieced together magnetic paper, just for, you can get it at the dollar store or Staples or whatever. And it's a 8.5 by 11 sheet. And then there's a strip up here and a strip up here. And I think there's a little square that's jigged in there as well, just to make it, to take full advantage of the size. Of the space that I had. So I did that, but for the bottom two pieces, what I did was I taped on the back of the magnetic strip, I overlapped a piece of transparency paper, and like overhead transparency, and I made it so that it extended, I think that's like what, maybe 2 inches. I had it extend maybe 1.5 inches or 2 inches beyond the end of the magnetic paper, and then I scored it with my scoreboard and I folded it back. And the reason I did that was so that if any of these dies slip off of the magnetic sheets, instead of falling in behind, like going in between my desk edge and the wall, they just fall forward, like the transparency paper keeps it from going down there, because that was my big worry with putting any kind of metal dies on my wall, was that my worry was that they would fall down and then I'd have to fish them up from underneath and all that kind of thing. This is just a shower caddy bin here that I keep my cutting mats and some paintbrushes that I use for mixed media splatter. So that's one of my biggest kind of workspace changes. These are some pictures that I'm going to have to scrapbook. Okay, so let's turn you around again. The reason I changed out my room was there were a few things. It was one of those things that once you have an idea, it's hard to stop thinking about it until you just check it out and see if it's going to work. So I thought that my room couldn't be changed because this large wooden desk is so big, and for some reason I had the idea that it had to be against a wall, and just this space here is never going to move. Well, I say that, but I guess anything could happen. But I don't plan for this space to ever move because I've got like stuff in the ceiling, I've got lights here, I've got my camera up there, I've got everything is set up exactly the way I like it here, so this is very unlikely to change anytime soon. And I just felt like with this desk and this both being stuck in those same two places, there was only so many different configurations I could come up with, and I thought I had done it all. And I was trying to test out some live streams, which is one of the big things I wanted to talk to you guys about today. Because I've, over the years, like for the past probably 2 years, I've been noticing a lot more viewers asking for live stream, which is something that I didn't get any questions about for many years. But I guess maybe technology, you know, moves along and you gotta keep with the times, right? So I'm trying to figure out how to do live streaming. And I was doing it with my laptop and it seemed like it was gonna work. And I couldn't, and I was kind of troubleshooting a technical problem that I was having, that I eventually just realized that my laptop just isn't powerful enough. I bought my laptop with the idea of it being small and portable and quick and easy, and you open it up and it's on already. I wanted it to be like an iPad, but that closed. And so my laptop is just like not designed to handle that much video. And so, but I have this big computer here that you can't see. Let me show you what I'm talking about. There, right there. So I have this big computer there, and I thought I should be able to use that, right? Like it was pretty expensive when I bought it. So I decided to give that a try, but in order to have my webcam way over here, I had to have these cords that were going all the way along, and it was just like, it was really hard because I couldn't just tweak something on the computer and then check it out here. I had to like get up and move, and it was really complicated. And so Scott said, well, why? Oh, the volume disappeared. Basically, Scott said, why don't you just put your computer at the front of your desk here and try to stream from there? So that would be like putting my computer so that it was right there. And then I had all these concerns about all the mixed media I do here, and do I want to do it right beside a computer? That idea didn't go forward, but then he pitched this idea, and at first I said, no, that's a terrible idea. And then the more I thought about it, the more I thought it was a great idea. So here we are. I started to do it on a Saturday night, like at 8 o'clock I decided to do it. And by 10 o'clock, most of this was all done. Like it was the fastest move ever. Yeah, I'm really, really pleased with it. So then the next morning I had to come in and tidy and clean and stuff because just stuff was everywhere. But the furniture was all moved and in place and everything. And then today I came down and I just kind of sorted a little bit more and got things a little bit more tidy because I knew I'd be showing it in a video. So that's where we're at. I think that I'm going to be able to do some live streaming pretty soon. I have an update to do with you. It's going to be an update / ScrapChat / recap video. That's a lot. Anyhow, I got some mail and I felt really bad because I don't know how long this mail was waiting for me at the post office. I know for a fact that I checked my mail before, like I checked it right before Christmas, and I know for a fact that I checked it after Christmas. Like I think it was after New Year's, shortly after New Year's. But these 2 Christmas cards were in my post office box, which is my business post office box, not my home. And so anyhow, this looks like it's a homemade envelope, or, oh, look, she lined her envelope. Isn't that cute? So this is from Tracy. Thank you so much for the beauty. I'm even in love with the envelope, which it looks like it's a store-bought envelope, and then she just cut a liner for it. It's so pretty. I love that plaid paper. And this is the card that she sent me. It's so pretty. It has these little stamped pine cones and die-cut little pine branches, and then some washi tape, and it's stamped. It says, or maybe it's written, I think it's stamped. It says, "'Tis the season." It's either stamped or she has the most amazing brush script ever. And it says "Made with Love" on the back. Isn't it cute? It has a little bit of twine. It's so cute. I feel bad showing Christmas cards in February. It just says, "Tracy, love your videos," and has another little embellishment on the inside as well. It looks like it's metal, but I think it might be just really shiny foil paper. Anyways, thank you so much, Tracy, and I'm so sorry that I didn't acknowledge your Christmas card. I didn't know it was here. I'm sorry. And double sorry because I also got Sandra's beautiful card as well. Look at how pretty that is. Oh, look at that. She's got a corner stamp. That's so nice. Okay, so it has, oh, look at this. It's so beautifully detailed. It has all these layers on the front. And then it says Joyeux Noël. And then she wrote some stuff inside, so I don't want to, just in case it's personal, I don't want to read it without her permission. But then it says "Handmade by Sandra Hoffman" on the corner. It's so pretty. I love that. It's so nice to receive cards from you guys. And I don't even care that they're Christmas cards and I'm getting them in February. You probably care, and I'm sorry about that. But I will still put those up in my scrap room because I love getting cards from people. Because, you know, we don't get mail anymore. Like, all you get is bills, right? So it's so nice to get mail. Speaking of mail, there was something in the same post office box from Ireland. Ireland, I tell you, Ireland. That's so far away. I love that the internet allows us to be friends with people from all different places and all different walks of life. And I mean, how would I have ever met somebody from Ireland? I have friends all over the world. I have friends in Australia and in like all over Europe and the United States. Is so amazing. I love, love, love it. So she sends me a really extensive note here. I read it and it was so touching, and thank you so, so much, Jill. It's from Jill, and oh, Jill is so kind, you guys. You're going to be very pleased with what Jill did. She used to work at a scrapbook store before they all closed in her part of the world. So she sent me, it says, "I've included a few items you might want to use in a giveaway or two." And she sent me this huge, big chunk of embellishments. I'm just going to show you them really quickly. There's these little dangly things, like they're metal embellishments. They're all kind of like taped in a package here. Like, they're taped in a bundle, so it might be hard for me to get some of them out. Here, once I get the first little bit of tape off. There we go. So some really beautiful canvas embellishments. These would look so cute because they've got great texture. I love the sewn frayed edges. So pretty. And some K & Company layered embellishments. I like the length of them. They're very boy-oriented. Boys and their toys, trouble with a capital T, boys will be boys, the need for speed. Like, so some of them are general and some of them are specific to boys. Cute. Those are awesome. And then look at these adorable, bright cupcake and sugary candy themed embellishments. These are from Die Cuts with a View. Ah, this is Love Elsie. I've never seen or had any Love Elsie embellishments. They're by K.I. Memories from 2007. Love these. I don't know why I haven't had these before. I've heard about them, but I don't know even where I heard about them. But anyhow, thanks for showing me. I think these were all meant to be a giveaway, so I'm going to give these away. These are Christmas themed epoxy stickers. These are Valentine's layered cardstock printed stickers. Oh my goodness, more texture. These are going to be awesome for somebody who took my class. Or just anybody who loves texture, because look at the texture on these. They're like already made. You just stick one of these on and your embellishment cluster is done. That's great for fast scrapbooking. I had these. I used these. That's awesome. These are from Berry Sweet from Cricket and Company. And these are so much fun. They're felt, die-cut, layered, sewn pieces with little accents, like glittery embellishments on them. They're so cute. These were on many of my layouts from back when these were on the market. It's nice, kind of like a blast from the past. I had these too. Love them. These are awesome. I think I had these as well. These layered embellishments, and these are still, even though I know that these are old because I had them and some of them have the years on them, but they're still very usable, like very nice, beautiful stuff. Then some metal keys, and they're actually metal, they're quite heavy. Some of these angelic, vintage looking, I don't know, they're not really angels, but they're like little children. And some Salsa Celebration cardstock stickers. These are really bright too. Love the colors on these. Some Bo Bunny cooking themed stickers. Some Bo Bunny Christmas themed stickers. These were all, used to work in a scrapbooking store, so she had a lot of embellishments. What are these? Doodlebug Designs. Ice cream party. These have glitter on them. And there's a couple of them. There's two the same. And then these are really cute. These would look cute on some cards. Little sea animals. And sweetie pie, cherry. Nice. All those sticker sets. How kind is Jillian? Jill, not Jillian, Jill. I think I hope that I'm pronouncing your name I'm pretty sure that it's Jill. It's Gill. So I guess it could be Gill. I know that in North America, Gill is spelt, I think it's Gil for Gil, and I think it's short for Gilbert usually, but I know that sometimes names are different in different countries, so I hope I'm not saying that wrong. Then these two things by Prima, I have seen these before and they're just adorable. I don't know what they're called. Little Darlings Panda and Little Darlings Kitten. So I guess they're called Little Darlings. I see where they get their name because they're pretty darling. They're cute. Googly eyes. That's awesome. And they're kind of like made out of fibrous paper that looks like fur. Cute. Some cat embellishments. And look at this. I think she made this. It's a little notebook, which I'm totally going to use. This will be awesome for me to keep I go through these notebooks. So right now I'm using the one that Moira made me, but I go through these notebooks because every time I do a layout, I take notes for my narration in this. So when this is gone, I'll switch over and use this. So thank you so much, and look at it. It has all these cute little embellishments, a key and a bow. It says memories and time. It's so pretty, and then the inside is just this plain craft paper. So nice. And one of the things that she said in the note, the reason she sent me all these goodies is because I talk so much about how much I love sassafras. And she said that she had a huge sassafras stash. There's a tongue twister for you. And that she wanted to share it with me. So she sent me these blossoms, which, hello, I love these. I love these so much, and I've been hoarding them, but now I don't have to hoard them because I have 3 whole packs, plus I think I have 1 or 2 packs in my stash. I was afraid to use because, oh, that's so irrational, isn't it? I shouldn't do that. I should just use them anyways. A set of these alphas, and I love these alphas. I already have these alphas, but I am running out of the letters that I use often, so now I can go back to using these. And again, I love these large journaling pieces by Sassafras, and every once in a while I use them, and I have these already, but they're almost all used up. I think all I have left are the corner pieces. So I'm so happy she sent me 2 sheets of these. I just love these for they're so big that you can't use them on every single layout or anything, but when you need a large journaling piece, it's really nice to have some really large ones, and that's what I love about these. And 2 sheets of these, same thing. I didn't have these ever, so I'm happy to have these. And oh, this one looks familiar. Maybe I did have these, or maybe I just stared at this when I got this the other day. I might have just stared at it so much that I feel like it's familiar looking. But 2 sheets of these, some more of those large journaling stickers. Oh, love this. So if you're a newer scrapbooker or just not familiar with Sassafras for whatever reason, Sassafras is a company that used to make scrapbooking paper, and they stopped making paper, I don't know when. I don't know when Sassafras went out of business. I think it was shortly after I started scrapbooking. So I started in 2009, and you could definitely buy current Sassafras collections then. So it was sometime in the next couple of years, like maybe 2010 or 2012, I don't know when, but they went out of business. The designers then were for a little while designing under the label of Tim and Beck over at Studio Calico. So you could still get Sassafras-like stuff over at Studio Calico, and they did some work with Basic Gray, I think, and a couple of different places probably. I didn't like keep track of exactly what they were doing, but I love their design so much. So she sent me a whole bunch of Sassafras paper. I'm not going to show you every single sheet because that would just make you jealous, because you totally can't buy this anymore. But I'm going to do a quick flip through because, it's so pretty. Oh my goodness. So Sassafras was known for these really beautiful vintage but still bright and colorful. I think that's what really appealed to me, was the fact that it was vintage, but it didn't have like a dark brownie look. There are lots of browns in this, but it was like a bright and colorful version of vintage prints. And it had felt very groovy and retro and funky and pretty. And they had some themed collections, like some kid themed that had like dump trucks and giraffes and zoo animals, but then they also had like just really beautiful beautiful vintage printed paper, just pretty. So I have more Sassafras now, and I'm so happy. Anyhow, thank you so much, Jill. I will definitely put these Sassafras goodies to use, and I promise I'm not going to hoard them for too long. I'll put them in my stash, and I will definitely use them. Every once in a while I get a picture, especially pictures that have Instagram or Hipstamatic filters on them, and I think, whoa, that picture would go so well with Sassafras. So it's definitely a supply that has a vibe to it, and when you have a story to tell that fits with that vibe, or if you have a picture that really works with that vibe, it's definitely great stuff to have. If you are ever at like a closeout sale or see some old Sassafras around that you can get your hands on, I highly recommend it because it's delicious. All of these embellishments I am going to put in a giveaway. I think I might do 2 giveaways because that's pretty massive. 2 different lots maybe for the 27-day challenge. So thank you so much for handing those on to me. I will make sure that they get into the hands of a scrapbooker who will use them. So thanks so much to Jill. What else was I going to say today? There was something else that I got. Yeah, right. So, some new additions to my supplies. I don't know if you heard me because I went away from the microphone, but got some new additions to my supplies. I ordered some fine line applicator bottles, which I had been talking about these so long that I think Stephanie told me where to get them and what the size was and exactly what they look like at least 4 different times. And I kept saying, oh yeah, I'll get those tomorrow. And then 3 weeks would go by and I'd say, what is the gauge that I need again? And she'd tell me, and then I'd say, yeah, I'm going to order it right now. And then 3 weeks would go by and I'd be like, what was the gauge that I need again? So I was sounding like a broken record, and finally I just ordered them. So thank you to Stephanie for answering my question about which one I wanted 20 times or however many times I asked. She's so patient with me. So the one that I got is the one that Stephanie recommended, which is the fine tip 20 gauge. You buy these in packages of 2 at Simon Says Stamp has them. You can get them elsewhere as well. I think you can get them at Michael's, but I go to Michael's so rarely that it was easier for me. I was getting some stuff, and so I just bought a couple of packages of these. I bought 3 packages, so I have 6 of them all together because I needed at least 3, because I also, not from Simon Says Stamp, but I got from the art store, I got some of this masking fluid, and I don't know if I got the right one. I got the colorless art masking fluid. It's a removable liquid mask for paper, and it's unpigmented, and I think that people like the blue stuff because you can see where it's at on your paper. This I'm not going to be able to see on my paper, so I might regret that, but I got the Winsor & Newton, and it's for watercolors. So what you do is the places that you want to stay white on your paper, you paint this on or you put it on, and then it just masks, and then you watercolor over it, and then you pull it off, and you've got this white spot, like the white paper is left below. So it's for resists. And I plan to use it in my mixed media, and I really just want to play with it. It's a new media that I haven't played with before, so I just wanted to check it out. So I got this, and I thought I would put it in one of these. And you can buy this with a fine tip applicator. I just didn't get the kind that came with a fine tip applicator. I think this is just a plain bottle. I don't think it even has a, and you're supposed to use this in a ventilated area. Yeah, it's, yeah, it smells horrible. Ugh. It smells disgusting. But yeah, it just comes in like a bottle that looks like this. I'm going to close it. It smells nasty. It has a child-proof cap and stuff. And you are supposed to use it in a ventilated area. So I'm going to put that in here, and I'll let you know how it goes. Let you know if that's a terrible disaster or if it's a good idea. Then I also got these for these 2. I'm going to put black paint in this and white paint in this, and then it will be my own personal paint pen. And the reason, I've been having trouble with my paint pens. The Dilutions one that I love so much, it hasn't been working all that consistently, and so I know that there's a way that you can clean it or whatever. I just need to Google it and look it up, but I just don't want to mess with it. And these have, what's great about these is that, so what's great about this is that it has this needle applicator. So it comes out in a really fine line. And I'm not going to demo it right now, but I will soon. And then the cap has a needle that nests within that needle. Can you see that? There we go. So to close it, you put this needle inside of that needle. I might need to be closer to this to do that, like that. And that prevents it from getting clogged, and it seems awesome. And then you can put anything you want inside of this. So people often put glue, which is why I bought so many, because I knew I wanted one for my masking fluid, I knew I wanted one for black doodles and one for white doodles, and then I also wanted to have one for glue. And I think the glue that people usually use is Aleene's Tacky Glue, which I don't have any of right now, and also sometimes people will use it with glossy accents. I'm going to play around. I've got 3 more of these, so I might try different kinds of glues in my other 3. So these 3 will be for mixed media stuff, and then the other 3 will be for glue. I don't know. I'll let you know how it goes though, so watch out for those videos. What else is new around here? I don't think I ever showed this cute little card that Stephanie made for me. It's so cute. It's my colors too. Look, it matches me. So I've been receiving some questions about a couple of things. First of all, where'd you get your mini market letter stickers? I have lots. Most of the ones that I have single sheets of are ones that I just bought at either local scrapbooking stores or just every once in a while when I place an order at Simon Says Stamp or Paper Issues, one of the things that I do when I'm placing orders is I will almost always just search mini market stickers at the store that I'm at and put a few in my cart. So I collected them very slowly over time, just one sheet at a time, every here and there. And at crops that I go to, there's always big stores that have these kinds of letter stickers, and so I've bought them gradually over time. But then with the news of October afternoon, maybe I guess not making stuff anymore or not making stuff consistently anymore, I decided I kind of need to have every mini market letter sticker on the face of the earth. So that's a reasonable goal, right? So what I decided to do was I did a Google search, and this place called Starlit Studio, which is a place I never heard of before, had a whole bunch of them. And so I ordered a few because it was a new store, so I didn't know what I thought of it or if they would be good or if the shipping would be fast or easy or anything. And so I bought a few of each of the ones that they had, and I thought if it's a crappy store and I don't see my money, then, that'll be a pain, but at least, I wouldn't have given them all my money. So I bought a few, and sure enough, they came pretty quickly, and I was really pleased with it. So I bought more, and now I have a whole bunch of some of my favorite colors. And that's just, what I know that I will be using. I've been using mini market letter stickers ever since they came out. They have never gone out of style. I don't think they ever will. I really love, love, love them for a few reasons. I love the consistency. I like that you can have different colors, different fonts, but have the same shape and size, and it gives you that nice uniform look. So I love these. That's where I got them, starlitstudio.net. I'll put the link in the information section below. I don't get any money from them or anything. They don't even know who I am, I don't think. Then I got a lot of questions about the rub-ons that I used as a design element. So instead of using them as the words that they were, I use them just as like design elements. And so I just thought that I got a lot of comments about that being a good idea. And that's actually the reason that I bought all of these sets of rub-ons, was because I thought that they would make really nice black accents on the papers that I've been doing a lot of layouts that have black and white frames around them, like they're matted on a piece of bold black and white paper. And I've been buying these Felicity Jane black and white sets of paper, which you can still get on their website. I know this because I just ordered 4 more because I'm kind of obsessed. So it comes, I think 6 come in a set, and I might not have a complete set here, but they look like this. They're super pretty, super neutral. I do like some of them more than others, like that diagonal stripe is delicious. I think you get 2 of each design in a pack. So there's 6 designs, 6 papers, but they're double-sided. Does that make sense? Yeah, you don't listen to what I'm saying. Look at their website, and whatever they say is the right thing. So I've been doing a lot of that, and when I do that, I like to just bring in other elements of black and white or just black accents throughout the page. And so before Christmas, when I was ordering some Christmas stuff, I just threw these rub-on packs into my cart, thinking that I could just use them as random graphic kind of background shapes or elements or details, and so that's what I got them for. I thought I could use them on my scrapbook pages as well as on my art journal pages. And each one comes with 2 sheets. And so I think I bought more than I planned. I don't think I meant to buy a double, but I ended up with a double. But I really like these. The thing to keep in mind about rub-ons, especially if you're buying lots of them like this, is that rub-ons tend to have an expiry date. They don't actually have an expiry date on them, but they do get dry and brittle and less easily used with time. So you don't want to buy 20 of these and hang on to them for 10 years. You want to, if you buy as many as I did, you should have have plans for them because they should be used. So I also have a question to answer from Emily. I think it was Emily. I don't entirely know because the questions are on my phone and I'm taping on my phone, so I have to use my memory. So Emily asked me about how I organize my scraps, and I think she was the one, or somebody said that they like the fact that I have drawers that have colors. I'll show you. So these are my scrap drawers. I have pink, I have red, I have yellow and orange together, green, blue, purple. I have black and white, I have browns and creams, and then I have multicolored right there. And the question from, I believe, Emily was, how do I sort my scraps and how do I decide which color goes into which paper goes into which bin? Because obviously most pattern papers, not all, but most, have multiple colors in them, and that's what makes them beautiful. So let's have a look at one of my drawers and take a look at this one as an example. So this one is red. So some of these decisions are easy to make, like this one goes into red. And of course there's a different color on the other side. So why wouldn't I put this in green or blue? Oh, I have so much trouble with green and blue because I can't tell the difference between them. I think this would be green. But in this case, what I do is I pick my favorite side, or the side I think I will be the most likely to use. And so I really liked this Hello, Hello, Hello paper. And this, I know that I have lots of polka dots, and so the Hello, Hello, Hello just catches my eye a little bit more than the polka dots. So I use this side to sort it, and I just put it in like that. This one might be a little bit trickier because it has red, it has orange, it has pink, and it also has another side. The other side has red. It's very specific. Chances are I'm never going to use that paper again. It looks like I've already used some of it because I have only a bit left. So that makes it easier actually to sort this into red because there's some red on this side and there's red. Red is the dominant color on this side, even though there is green in the background. So this one again becomes a red for those 2 reasons. There's red on both sides, and I mean there's really more red than pink or purple or orange in this, or red kind of stands out the most when I look at it. If I had 2 pieces of this, which I think I did, and I think you're going to see this when I open another drawer, but if I had 2 pieces of this, what I might do is put 1 piece in my red drawer and 1 piece in my orange drawer, or maybe even a piece in my pink drawer, just so that it's spread around. And I look in these drawers so often that sometimes I know what's in them, even if, like, I might go looking for this paper and think, oh, maybe it's in the orange drawer if I don't find it in the red drawer. So yeah, I mean, here's another example. This is the side that is the most interesting, and this side is kind of boring. It is nice. It's a beautiful shade, but I think if I was, you know, wanting to use this paper, it would probably be for the anchors. Here's another perfect example of a floral that has lots of different colors. This could have gone in any of my drawers, but I know that if I, like for red, If it has red in it, it's probably going to go in my red drawer because red is such a bold, dominant color that it stands out no matter what else is on the page. It seems to be that the red really stands out. So that's why red is in this drawer. Now pink, these are pretty self-explanatory because there's obviously lots of shades of pink. Now here's one that has, look, isn't this paper gorgeous? It does have some vibrant turquoise in it, but pink is the main color, so that's a little bit easier. And you know, that's really beautiful, but come on, of course I'm going to be using that side if I use that paper. It's just gorgeous. Here's another multicolored paper that went into the pink bin just because it has several different shades of pink in there, and pink is really quite dominant in this one. It could have easily gone into the turquoise drawer. And you might think, well, that's really multicolored, so why wouldn't I put that in the multicolored drawer? I really tried to not put anything in the multicolored drawer because otherwise like all of the paper could be in the multicolored drawer and then it doesn't make any sense. Then the whole purpose of sorting becomes irrelevant. And so, yeah. So my multicolored drawer, I hope you can hear me because my microphone is behind me while I'm doing this. Here, there, that's probably better. My multicolored drawer has very few pieces and it is papered like a true multicolored stripe. And these square papers from the Paige Evans collections, I just always put those in there so that I know if I need that, I'll come looking for it there. But that is, oh, sorry about the dust bunny. That's kind of embarrassing. But so that's how I do it. First I pick a side and then I pick a dominant color and I sort it into the appropriate drawer. And yeah, that's just the way it goes. I thought you were going to see that polka dotted paper in here again, but you won't. I'll just show you inside just so you get a sense. None of them are 100% that color. Like they all have some other colors in with them. And then there's not a whole lot of purples, but look, this is a great example of how, because this has purple on it, even though it probably has more other colors than purple, purple becomes dominant because it's such an unusual color and such a strong, vibrant color. So that's how I sort them. So then the other question that somebody had for me was, where did I get my art foamies? And I received this question lots on lots of different media. So sorry I didn't say. I tried to say, but I'm not always good at remembering to put the links in. The package looks like this, and it's from Balzer Designs and Art Foamies. So if you want to look at all of the art foamies that they make, you could go to www.artfoamies.com. This is actually the only one that I have. And they come with this little stamping buddy. So that's handy to have. And I just kept the instructions because it tells you like how to wash it and how to use it and that sort of thing. But I just did what I wanted with it anyways. I didn't wash it, but I did stamp it off quite well, so it is stained, but I think it'll still work. This is it. It's called Writer's Block, and I got it at Simon Says Stamp. And they seem to have lots of them at Simon Says, so that's a good place to get your art foamies. And like I said, check out artfoamies.com because I didn't look there. I just was buying some other stuff at Simon Says Stamp, and so I had been wanting to try these because I hear Julie Faye Van Balzer talking about these a lot on her podcast, which I listen to. So that is, I think, all that I wanted to talk about today. So thanks so much for watching and have a really great scrappy week.